I get passionate when I talk about the pandas, because the pandas are my big family. I feel them every day of my life, and I could tell their passion to improve the lives of kids. Their passion, coupled with the passion we have at the Steele Center, has really improved the lives of children, not only in the state of Arizona, but all around the world. One individual came in, I remember it until today.
So we were first introduced to PANDA when our son PJ was 11 months old.
We had been to many specialist doctors in the Phoenix area over at least 6 or 7 months, and it was like many of the doctors just dismissed us, and so we felt maybe there's something wrong with us.
By the time we got to see Dr. Guichon, we were pretty defeated. Our son was sick. He was clearly sick. He was vomiting, choking, gagging, at that point not eating. And
I mean, he said if the mother says something's wrong with the child, there's something wrong with the child. And
he didn't let us leave. I remember when we first were introduced, and he picked up our son, and at that point we'd at least gotten into some therapies because he wasn't rolling, he wasn't crawling. He'd had these patches on his feet at the tops. And I remember Dr. Guichon holding him, and he hadn't really even asked us any questions, just picked him up. And he took his hands and like rubbed the top of his feet and said, what are these? And I said, well, he's trying to crawl and pull himself, but he's getting these patches and rashes on his feet because he's dragging them. And he looked at me and said, so you're not gonna leave here. We're gonna figure out what's wrong with your child.
So science is moving in an incredible pace nowadays. The advances made in genomic medicine, in personalized medicine, has allowed us actually to really progress very rapidly.
In the end, Dr. Guichon diagnosed him. He had eosinophilic gastroenteritis, which is an autoimmune disorder. He had a hiatal hernia in his esophagus. He had dysphagia, so when he had any swallow, it was penetrating his lungs. Then he also had hypotonia, which is low muscle tone. So we did physical therapy, feeding therapy, speech therapy, and he also got occupational therapy. He ended up in special ed. He graduated Friday, so we are very, very lucky.
He's 4 years old now.
He's 4 years old.
My mom and I do give to a lot of organizations. Most of them focus on children, but I think we both agree that Steele and PANDA is our #1 because we just know how tirelessly the women work. We know that so much of what is raised goes back to Steele, and also just Dr. Guichon and all the scientists and the researchers and all the hard work they're doing on so many diseases.
It's amazing what the pandas do, and the money they raise affects so many people.
Will was a sophomore at Brophy, and he started to just kind of become a shadow of himself, socially, physically, emotionally, didn't want to get out of bed, couldn't get out of bed.
I went out of the country and I returned with just terrible gastrointestinal symptoms. I was losing weight. I lost 50 pounds in the course of 3 months. We went to 7 different doctors in Phoenix with no answers or the wrong answers. And then we went down to Steele. I met with Dr. Guichon, and within 2 minutes of him walking in the room, we had an answer.
So I go and see a patient, and I don't know what's wrong with that patient. I go to the lab, and I create an animal model, and I figure this thing out. So we are doing bench to bedside and bedside to bench as well.
So when we started seeing Dr. Gashon, we started a pretty radical treatment. I ended up with a nasojejunal feeding tube for about 45 days just to get the weight back on and start the treatment for the bacteria. I was starting to feel better, gaining weight back that I had lost, and just an ultimate turnaround. And when he took out the feeding tube, you could see the tears in his eyes, and I think that's just a sign of who he truly is. He's just one of the most amazing people you ever meet.
The mom and the dad, they got up and mom, she hugged me. And she told me in my ear, thank you, and I hope you will do this to other kids with this disease.
Once he started working with Will, I absolutely did not worry about the future. It looked much brighter, and now can fully appreciate what a remarkable organization it is and what a remarkable doctor he is, and something that we will forever support.
Without really the support of the PANDAs, I don't believe we would have made so many discoveries.
You know, obviously having young children is something that, I think about every single day, what if? And so anytime we have an opportunity to help children in need, it's something that we gravitate towards. All the good that they're doing, all the research, and that research is going all around the country. And so it's touching so many people, and we only have our children as our future. And so we need to invest in our children, we need to invest in our community, and we need to invest where we think those dollars are going to be well spent. And I've seen firsthand how well that goes. It's amazing that we can support this organization and this research center. It's our pleasure to give back to the community, particularly PANDA. It's a great benefit.
Touching the lives of children, it seems to me, is about the most powerful thing that we can be impacting, the most powerful place that we can feel that something positive has happened in the lives of a young family trying to deal with a childhood disease. That's why PANDA seems special to me.
I have been on the PANDA Women's Board for like 16 years. When you add all those years and all that money, we've been able to support an awful lot of programs and research things that have really benefited children.
I mean, let's face it, the children are where the future is. The future's not with Karen or me. We can help. Because one of the things we can do is give money, and we try to do that a lot, and we give time. But the kids are where it's all about.
To be able to meet the kids and see them living normal lives when they almost didn't make it is definitely why I think we will always give to PANDA as long as we can.
It just does your heart good to see how much PANDA has been able to do for the research center.
Because of the support of the PANDAs, we created a multidisciplinary approach to patients. The doctors I recruited, they are in 14 divisions in the Steele Center. You have to have a leader, right? You have to have a leader, and the leader bring the troops, and that's how it works. So I bring always leaders. So I have smart doctors, and I have smart scientists, and I have smart ladies, PANDAs. So this combination of smart people all around, that's what a recipe for success.
I was absolutely blown away. I'm so proud of having that in Arizona. I think the whole world needs to know more about it.
To add on to that, Will has decided that he wants to go to University of Arizona, work in Dr. Gashon's lab, and become a pediatrician.
Seeing my mom go through what she went through, no mom deserves to have a sick kid, not one. So, I mean, I want to be a pediatrician to help heal kids.
So we're treated at the Aerodigestive Center, which is another amazing aspect to the Steele Center, is that you're treated by a team and a cohesive unit. So we have the family down there.
Every discovery we make in the Steele Center, the engine which drive that discovery is the PANDAs. The PANDAs, they have a place in the heart of all our physician scientists and all the kids we serve.